Hey, what's up everyone? I want to talk about something that is not talked about a lot anywhere on social media, anywhere in the entrepreneurship world, and definitely not in the real estate community that we're in. I want to talk about failures. I want to talk about my failures, and I want to show you that we've all failed and what I failed at. In the past, I've had 9+, 10+ businesses, and I'm going to name every single one of them off to show you that I have failed numerous times to get to the point where I am right now. So on my phone right here, I have all 9 businesses, even 10, but I'm gonna give you 9 businesses that I failed at starting from the time I left the military at 21 years old. Business number 1 was a lawn care company, right? I simply learned how to go out there, hustle, create counts, but the business eventually failed. Number 2 is a company that we created, was a notary solutions company. Essentially, we created a nationwide notary company that anywhere in the world or anywhere in the country you can get notary services. We charged a fee, we sent out a notary, and they went out and did things. But guess what? That business failed as well, but I learned so much from creating that business to where I am today. Number 3 is a commercial cleaning business. We had commercial accounts where we cleaned stores in the mall, we did their floors, their carpets, everything you could think of. Commercial cleaning business failed. My next business was a real estate property management business. I learned a lot. I learned how to hire people, learned how to fire people, and I learned how to be organized in this business. But eventually, when the crash happened, so did the business. It failed. After the property management, I went into my first restaurant/nightclub with my family. And after a while, it tanked. But also in this business, I learned how to hire people, how to set up systems, and how to do margins so that you win. But ultimately, it failed as well. So after that restaurant nightclub failure, I went into the nightlife management/marketing business. And in that business, I learned about photography. I learned about how nightclubs operate, the successful ones, but eventually it failed just like the other ones. Boom. And after thinking I learned more and more about the restaurant business, I went and started restaurant number 2. This one was a lot better, lasted a lot longer, but it failed as well. Boom. And after I left the restaurant world, I went into another business again, and this one was a tech/startup company called FASPA, where we were creating or solving a problem in the marketing world. But guess what? Eventually we ran out of funding and it failed. But in that business, I learned that you can't depend on funding to actually create and move your business forward. You actually need to be cash flow positive from day one. And that's what I learned in that business. So tech startup, failed. And after that, I created a car lot, a used car lot. Got bond, got insured, got a location, got cars, did everything we were supposed to do, but guess what? It failed. Boom. But in that business, I learned about cars, learned about floor planning, I learned about so much hiring, firing, how to negotiate, how to do sales. I learned so much in that business, but ultimately, for me and my bank account, it was a failure. And now you get to where I am today. All of those failed businesses got me to this position where I am now. To my real estate company where I know how to hire and fire people, I know how to negotiate margins, I know how to do sales. So everything that I lost in the previous built up to where I am. Now that's over 10 plus years of businesses, 12 plus years of businesses that were all failures, but it got me to the point where I learned at every single failure to build a business now where I'm successful. As you can see, I figured out how to do cameras in the marketing/nightlife business where I do that stuff now. I learned about live TV, speaking on camera, all that type of stuff to where I am now. It also helps me in my real estate business, hire, fire, negotiate, how to do all those things. So what I want to talk about more that people don't talk about at all is actually, why do people think entrepreneurship is something that you just simply can't learn? I think it's a skill. It's a skill just like football, basketball, soccer, any other sport. And I say this because you're gonna miss 1,000 shots before you ever make 1,000 shots. And what happens is, just because you put that in your Instagram bio or your LinkedIn bio that you're an entrepreneur, you're an investor, you're a restaurateur, or whatever it is you are, you're not actually it. And I think people, it's time that you give the respect and the passion, or whatever you want to call it, to actually becoming an entrepreneur. It's hard work. It's a skill. It takes time and usually many, many, many years of failure to get to the point where you have a successful business in whatever it is you do. So for me, I would say take the time. Don't be afraid to fail. Try things, try things. I'm sure you've heard the saying, throw stuff on the wall and see what sticks. And that's just part of building your grit, building your tough skin so that you can become the entrepreneurship that knows how to withstand all types of business flows, from when the economy's high, from when the economy's low, from when things don't work, from when they start working. Learning all of those things as an entrepreneur is how you get to the point where you're successful. There's another common saying that it takes 10 years to become an overnight success. So don't be frustrated if you're on business 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever it is. If you keep going and keep giving it your best, you may turn out to be a successful entrepreneur. So respect the hustle, respect the grind, and know that you have to keep putting up those shots in order to become great. So most of you have a natural God-given talent of hustle or the gift of gab. But unfortunately, that's only going to take you so far. You need to be able to practice and hone in on that skill by doing it over and over and over again. It's like I tell my bull rider, Ezekiel Mitchell, you got a God-given talent to ride bulls. Now you have to take it to the next step by being a professional athlete and doing what that means. Eating right, working out, all of those things that require you to be a professional athlete. It's the same in the business world. It's the same exact thing in that business world. Dave talks about how there's a room full of talent. There's many talented people out there. What separates the winners from the losers is the people that keep going over and over and over again. And that's what you have to do to practice that craft. Entrepreneurship is a craft. I challenge you to go out there and look at some of the most successful entrepreneurs in our society today, even the ones from the past and the present, and read some of their autobiographies, because it's going to give you an actual idea of how much work they put in before they got to the point where you know their name. Did you know Elon Musk before you knew Elon Musk? Read his story. What about Jeff Bezos? Did you read his story of all the things he did prior to actually getting to the point where he is now? There's many, many successful entrepreneurs that we all know that I can talk about, but read their stories to understand how much they went through before they got to the point they are now. I challenge you to go read about Tyler Perry. You think he just woke up, created Medea, and bought a 300-acre, studio in Georgia? No, I want you to go back and read all the stuff he went through, how many years of failures and failures and failures he did to get to the point where you know his name. His name rings bells, and now he has a 300-acre film studio, right? So don't think that you can just wake up and get this instant gratification of success. One of my mentors, Mr. Tony Robinson Sr., says we're in a microwave society and people want everything instant. So what I do is I challenge you, like he says, to take the steps to success so that when something goes wrong at floor number 2, you know exactly how to fix it because you walked those steps and you didn't take the elevator. So go out there, keep grinding, and don't think because you put in your bio or you put in your LinkedIn bio that you're an entrepreneur, is that what makes you? Keep shooting those shots. And the more shots you shoot, the better you're gonna get. And one day you too will have your own book that people will read about how you became a success. All right, guys, I see you on the other side. And don't be afraid to talk about your failures. Post some of your failures below right now. Tell me what you failed in and what you're failing in now. But tell me that you won't give up and how you're gonna keep going. All right, I'll see you guys later.